If you had to describe Charlie to someone who didn't know him, how'd you do it?
Oh, I think he is on the surface just a giant teddy bear of a person that you just want to hang out with.
It's just a big teddy bear, and he has a big heart.
Charlie is a jovial guy. He's a guy that you'd want to be your best friend.
People kind of go out of their way to talk to Charlie. I imagine it probably takes him a long time to get from one side of the room to the other because of that. So
I've known Charlie since he was a little boy. I call him Mr. Culture.
I'm Charlie Cianchette, Vice President of Cianbro. Been a team member here for 44 years, and construction has been my career, and the industry's been a wonderful thing.
He grew up in this family that was growing this incredible business community.
The Cianchette brothers? They're big people.
His father and his uncles started the business right here in Pittsfield. They grew up here.
their footprint is very large. It's a pretty wild story.
So Uncle Carl was Merchant Marines, World War II. He got back, he borrowed some tools and some small equipment that my grandfather had, and Ken loaned him the $5,000 to start what today is Cianbro. You know, I remember for a few years, as a kid, right, sitting around the dinner table, right, Dad would bring the mortgage for the house home and burn it because he'd paid it off, right? All the brothers would do it. They'd mortgage the house to make payroll, make the company go. But it's, you know, what they had to do to keep this thing going, and it's all worth it now. There's no mortgages to pay off anymore.
When you're a little kid, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and these guys are well over 6 feet, and they talk with deep voices, you start to pay attention and you learn from them.
When you think about all of the things that Cianbro and all of, now the Cianbro companies have done for people, I think it's part of just who he is.
Charlie's a lot like his father.
Both of them cared deeply about the company and the people of the company. They both understood how to build things, and they understood the power of people. And both of them bled blue.
I remember the company had just bought some brand new dump trucks going to Holton, Maine, and I told my father that I wanted to be a truck driver. I was 15 years old, and that was my dream for life, was to be a truck driver. So he said, okay, you take one of those dump trucks up and drive it for the summer up there in between school year. And I came back from that in the fall before school started and told my dad that I probably didn't want to be a truck driver for the rest of my life. I had all the truck driving I needed at 16 years old. He drugged me into a lot of things, whether it was cars or planes and the industry. That's where it all started, was with him.
Chuck was a people person, and that's who Charlie is.
His role right now is to help us perpetuate our culture, and that everybody has a voice and we're one team, all of that. You couldn't have a better person do it. He has an ability to put his arm around you at difficult times and talk about difficult things, but make you feel good and feel that he cares and will help you. That is the story that needs to be told.
When I started working with AGC, I think I was probably 30 at the time, and I had left what would be considered kind of a tougher board meeting, and I remember that day because Charlie put his arm around me. He goes, "You'll get it, keep at it, you'll get it," and that was probably my first interaction with Charlie.
He's had some adversity in his life, and things that, it's hard to get past. And in all of those, you could just see his leadership and how he would glow and how he dealt with hard things, but he leaned into others and encouraged them to see tomorrow will be better.
I never felt alone. I think that's the piece here. It's like, you don't always have to try to tackle these problems on your own. And I think that's what I learned from Charlie.
Charlie's leadership role is distinguished by the fact that he is the chief fundraiser of the museum. Oh, raising money is a task, and Charlie had a way of making it fun.
Well, I joined the board here at AGC. I remember walking into my first board meeting and just recognizing that I was in a room full of like really well-known people in the industry. And I remember walking in and being a little intimidated, which is not a feeling I'm accustomed to. And Charlie turned around, like saw me, gave me this great big smile and just walked over and gave me the biggest, like warmest handshake and welcomed me. He always had a way of making sure that everyone's voice got heard, even when that was a dissenting voice. And sometimes that was mine. And I think that just encourages more people to do that. It encourages more conversation. And I think he's opened the door for people to do that.
Behind me, you can see on the wall the saying that says, "No one in this room is smarter than all of us." His ability to get people to believe in that is what's so powerful as a leader. And he doesn't get on his soapbox and he doesn't pound on his chest. He just leads by doing, and people follow. And that's what makes Charlie such a special person.
Today is a tough world out there. There's a lot going on, and people have a lot going on in their, we call it in their backpacks. You know, life isn't always easy, but there's somebody there to help them. And in this company, it's going to be somebody beside them or somebody in the company to be there for them and, you know, work it through. That's the joy you get, is helping those people succeed.
If you really understand the brothers for who they were, their philosophy was very positive. They came from very humble beginnings, but their keen interest was, how do we perpetuate this? How do we continue it? And we're not going to be here forever. That's why we've asked them to take on the role of Mr. Culture and pass it on to the next generation. And he's doing that, and he's doing it very, very well.
I'm out on the job sites talking with our team, stories they tell me about what this company's done for them or what one of their work partners has done for them, and how people look out after each other. Those types of things, right, that we bring along is why we do it, because it was started years ago, and it's important.
But why do you think that you're receiving this award?
Don't know the truth on that?
Yeah.
So I know they gave me this award just to get us back to the fall outing so my wife would do a wine tasting, right? That's why we're here today. That's how we got here today. I'm just being used, yeah.
Yeah, he probably is, because she's unbelievable.
I mean, it might be true. Oh, no, absolutely not. Charlie has done so much for AGC and so much for the construction industry. To see Charlie in his Hawaiian shirt serving his competitors wine and loving every minute of it while Mary Kate, taught us about what we were drinking, it's just such a cool experience. There's no bravado in that. That's just a genuine, let's break bread, let's drink wine, let's enjoy each other's company. And, that's just who he is. No, this award is not about wine, but it is possible that maybe a little bit it is.
Charlie treats everybody with dignity and respect. I don't know any bad qualities. It's all good. I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, you name it, Charlie has all the qualities that you really admire in a person.
He's getting this award because he's earned it. I would say this, probably the definition of the Mac Award isn't in the Webster, but if it was, there'd be his picture. They've picked a great person to represent this and earn this award. And he stands for everything it is. And that's been his life, not, the latter part of his life. That's who Charlie is. He'd give you the shirt off his back and smile after doing it.
I only wish his father and his uncles could be here to see this. You know, Charlie's not my son. He's not. But there are times, as far as I'm concerned, he's my son. And I'm proud of it. And I'm happy for him. And I've more than once, I've told him how proud his dad would be. And he needs to be proud about what he's doing and what he's accomplished. And that's what we're celebrating.
The joy in this work for me truly is watching people grow and develop. It just does a lot for me to see that. When somebody comes in here as a welder or laborer and grows into being a superintendent or project manager or a vice president or a president. When you see that, when you witness that, it is so meaningful. You look at what the brothers did back in the 70s to make that happen. It's working, right? And there's more stories there than I probably share, but being a part of this company for as long as I have has been better for me than it has the company. They have taught me more, they being everybody I've worked with in the company over the years, and given me more help than I could ever imagine. I love this company. I appreciate this company for what it's done for me and others, what it's doing for others. And I just think the world of what we do here. I truly believe that.